Okay, so this is Brother Larry. I'm sitting in the parking lot of a store, and I decided to make a little video clip. Alright? Now, I saw this ridiculous nonsense that's posted from the House of Consciousness in Sutek. Right? Now, Sinetta wants to play both sides of the fence. You understand? But at the same time, he on my phone crying in my fucking ear about I'm attacking the House of Consciousness. I slandered him. I call him the House of Unconsciousness. Sinetta, I just told the truth. You understand? It's the House of Unconsciousness. The videos that you make, some of them are good. Most of the shit you deal with, Sinetta, is bullshit, dumb shit. You understand? And you my man. I ain't mad at you, that's what you do. But you can't expect from me, brother, to fake it with you. You understand? I mean, it is what it is. Now, as far as you trying to say I'm saying you don't do shit, check where's your resume, come on, man. All that smokescreen shit. This don't have nothing to do with no fucking resume. This don't have nothing to do with no petty calm down, brother lad. This don't have nothing to do with no petty bourgeoisie merchants who exploit the community, giving back no school supplies to the kids that you prey on their parents with. The information, quote unquote, that you sell, brother Sinetta, the DVDs that you sell, brother Sinetta, in a conscious community would be given to people, wouldn't be sold. You understand? Now, the fact that after taking these people money, and Sutek is the same way, so what, you put faces on a fucking t-shirt, Sutek? You put black faces on a t-shirt to sell to black people, to exploit images of black people. That's why you give back. And as far as the analogy of a drug dealer giving turkeys out on Christmas and Thanksgiving, the reason drug dealers gave turkeys out on Christmas and Thanksgiving is because they like to play the fucking big man. You understand? The reason why people give back when they exploit communities is because that's how they keep their exploitation going. Oh, he gives something back. Y'all the same way. That's petty bourgeoisie, bro. I'm not with it. You understand? As far as resumes are concerned, I'm glad you were involved in some things, Sutek, that don't change your mentality, which is what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with your mentality, and that's what you can't grasp. You understand? And the reason you can't grasp it is because you still suffering from PTSD. This is your mind I'm talking about, not your activities. I'm not talking about you selling t-shirts and then giving some school supplies to some kids. That ain't got nothing to do with this situation. This situation has something to do with, right now, you going on camera and you accusing me of slandering you and throwing mud. Sutek, I have never said anything about you except what the fuck you said about yourself. You call me nigga. That's what I said. Right? Now let's be clear. You can't show one example of me slandering you. I call you jackass. Your name is Jack and you acting like an ass. That's not slander. That's the truth. You on camera, supposedly now, you give this litany of individuals from the supposed conscious community that you assisted and that you gonna build with and that you gonna do all this shit with, and at the same time, you exhibit all the seeds that supposedly this Willie Lynch letter says that would occur. You understand? This is you, Sutek. That's what Brother Larry is dealing with. I'm not changing my focus. We are not shifting this battle. We are not going to deal with what you want to deal with. We're dealing with, I'm dealing with what Brother Larry is dealing with, is that nigga mentality that you got. What you trying to wiggle your ass off of this hook. You understand? I expected you to try to wiggle off the hook. Well, I would expect nothing less. You have no defense for that. So what do? You go on slanderous offense. You accuse me of being a snitch. You accuse me of working for the enemy. You accuse me of supplying surveillance technology for the enemy. See, I don't supply surveillance technology for the enemy. They don't need mine. They got their own. What I do is I target the businesses that target the communities that I live in. You understand? Now, if your ass had any sense, any technical knowledge, you would be doing the same thing. Because brothers like myself who possess the technical skill and ability to market their technical skill and ability to that market are doing so. And those who don't are selling t-shirts. And as far as you saying I'm denigrating you because I say you sell t-shirts, no, that's just the truth. That's what you do. You just went on camera and said you sell t-shirts. So how is that slanderous for me to say you sell t-shirts? That's what you do. As far as it being slander for me to say Sinetta sell DVDs, Sinetta sell DVDs. That's what he do. What I'm saying is Sinetta engages in bullshit controversy in order to facilitate the sale of those DVDs. And that is the unconscious element that I'm associating with Sinetta. Now, I don't expect him to like that. I expect him to try to throw shit out there. Well, what more can you ask for? Listen, see, I preempted all that shit. What's my name? Larry Finn. Matter of public record. Go look it up. You understand? Just Google that shit. Do whatever you gotta do. Do the searches you gotta do. You'll find I'm not hiding. My record is clear. You understand? I am who I am. And I'm real. And that's what the hell they can't deal with, because they not. You understand? If Sutek was real, the first thing he would have did, he wouldn't apologize to the people for having to listen to me and him go through this and then launch into this fake ass motherfucking COINTELPRO accusation. The FBI and Black Panthers and Malcolm X, and see, he's doing all of that to obscure the issue. That's how you know he full of shit. See, when you're dealing with the truth, you just keep it simple. Just simple. There is no bones about this. There's no obscuration of the facts. The facts are clear. I did it. I made the focus. Look at that video on my channel, The Focus. You will see that I set this shit in motion in order to bring it to this point, to show you that this dude is not real. Now look. What is his tactic? Accuse me of infiltrating the organization to gather information to take the organization down. I want to know, first of all, what organization? Because the House of Consciousness is not an organization. That's Sinetta's apartment. You understand? Number two, what group? You can't show Brother Larry membership in no meeting, no group. You can't show Brother Larry in attendance nowhere. You can find photos of me at the National Black Theater one time, sitting next to Doc Felder. One time, listen to Umar Johnson. One time. And when I heard Umar Johnson, intelligent brother that he is, start saying nigger, that was it. You understand? Because Umar Johnson's intellect far outweighs Sutek and Sinetta. So now, if Umar Johnson is still subjected to this shit, why am I going to listen to the rest of these guys? Now, you know, this is really, really very simple. Brother Larry is trying to get something done mentally. It's a focus thing. It's an identity thing. It's a self-perception thing. It's the way that you see yourself when you look outside of your head at people who look just like you. Now, I don't know how many times I gotta say it or how many different ways I have to say that. That's what I'm talking about. Now, as far as giving money away, as far as giving money away, I'm glad you give money back to people you take money from. That is a classic tactic. You understand? That does not make you a conscious individual. That makes you a petty bourgeoisie businessman who recognizes the fact that every now and again he has to give something back to the chickens that he is plucking. Now that's real talk. You understand? You are preying on the community. And in preying on the community, you want to come up with all these tactics in order to justify your preying on the community. But you're still preying on the community. You're not building. You've been on the same 2 little cement blocks on the sidewalk for the last 10 years. If you was building, you would be in a building. Now, I ain't really trying to get at you, brother. But I told you, this is Pandora box y'all opening up. See, because what you're going to do is you're going to point out to the fact, to the people of what you are and are not doing. You are going to bring to the attention of the people of what you're saying and are not saying. And what the people are going to really recognize, the people are going to really start to see and hear and come to understand is, wait a minute. Even though they saying all this good shit, these is the same dudes that attack the school system. These are the same dudes that say, don't send your kids to the brainwashed school system. Now you want to get books and equipment to send your kids to the brainwashed school system? I mean, come on now. You dudes are just irrational. This is just an emotional attempt to sidetrack this argument. The point of fact is, how the hell can you be positive? How can you be a member of the conscious community and you on camera calling people niggas? When the hell are you going to grow up? When are you going to be a man? A real man? You understand? It's easy to focus your attention on Brother Larry. You an economic man, Sutak. You not threatening the white people business. You understand? If you was conscious, you would be devising conscious strategies to unseat the crackers from the business. And as far as those accusations about me saying 2 things, I don't say 2 things, Sutek. You just don't pay attention. You need to go pay attention. I'm not going to deal with that. All that shit's on my channel. Everything that I say is posted. My thoughts are clear. My thoughts are consistent. My focus is clear. My focus is consistent. Nigger is destructive in the community. Nigger is destructive in the community. The nigger mentality that you possess, Sutek, is destructive in the community. The fact that you think that because you involve yourself in something positive, that has nothing to do with how you think, Sutek. And at any minute, Sutek, that shit could be triggered in your mind because it's mental. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying that you suffering from Willie Lynchism. I'm saying that it's buried deep in your subconscious and you don't realize it until you see Brother Larry. I am the trigger that makes you say nigger. Now, how the fuck you deal with that? That's what I'm saying. I am the trigger effect for you. You see, during that social engineering, during that transformative process that took place on the plantation, they used to pit us against each other so that competition seems like a natural thing. You understand? But it's really not. See, Sutek, you'll observe that whenever Brother Larry starts to talk, you always find some reason to create an argument. See, you can't just allow Brother Larry to be Brother Larry. So now we've come to this. And Brother Larry not going to back up. Brother Larry going to roll your ass with your own bullshit. I'm going to take your own bullshit and steamroll you with it. Because if you was this conscious, progressive person that you pretend to be on Sinetta TV, you would not be on Sinetta TV lying through your fucking teeth. You wouldn't be on Sinetta TV leveling false accusations, knowing that they're false accusations. You wouldn't be on Sinetta TV trying to prove who you are, because Brother Larry exposed you for what you are. The reason you need or feel the need to prove what you've done is because Brother Larry pulled a scab off of your fraudulent ass. See, Brother Larry ain't never gonna say you've never done anything. I don't know you that well. Brother Larry knows you by what you say and what you say to Brother Larry. That's how I know you not real, Sutek, because if you were real, I know that you wouldn't say those things about Brother Larry, because real motherfuckers don't tell lies on people, especially on camera. This is not some play make-believe shit we dealing with. I'm talking about your character, and the character that you are displaying by then going on camera trying to slander me. I don't give a fuck, Sutek. Say what you say, but just understand that it is you that is being revealed in the process. Now, what you've done is you've given the people a juxtaposition. Now they can juxtapose this make-believe person that you postulate is you, this business owner, this entrepreneur, this idea man that you pretend is you, this t-shirt wizard that you pretend is you, right? With this line of famous t-shirts all over the world, right? We can juxtapose that, Sutek, with the jackass who's standing on 125th Street yelling, "You a nigga. You a real nigga. You a bitch nigga. You a nigga." And now, in order to attempt to rationalize that faux pas, now you want to say it was a nigga that told on Nat Turner. It was a nigga that facilitated Malcolm X getting killed. Even though you don't know shit about what happened to Malcolm X. You understand? Even though you don't know nothing about it, it was a nigga that was involved in that. It was a nigga that did Denmark Vesey. It was a nigga that did Gabriel Proza. So you calling me a nigga because I infiltrated your circle. I came amongst you as a friend, and I pretended to be your friend to gather information about you, to then do what with the information? To take your organization down, to prevent your what? Your slave rebellion? I mean, listen to the shit that this dude is throwing out there in order to get around this shit. You understand? All this is shit he's throwing out there to try to get around this shit. This is a classic tactic of them fucking crackers. They will confuse the issue. Confuse the issue rather than deal with the issue. See, Brother Larry not trying to confuse you. Go and check the record. You'll find out where Brother Larry was at. You understand? For the last so many years. Now, from those years to this year, you'll find out where Brother Larry was at. You understand? If you want to know. Now, me, Sinetta, is hopping on some resume shit. Sutek is hopping on some resume shit. See, I'm not applying for a job. Sorry, I don't need to be an employee. Okay? Brother Larry works for Brother Larry. Brother Larry possesses the technical skill to place his labor on the market and demand high wages for my skill. Now, individuals that can't do that, you might find them selling t-shirts and DVDs. Now, that's just a fact. Now, when you have individuals who take selling DVDs and t-shirts to the next level, I don't know, like a Brother Frank, the entrepreneur, if you check my channel, Now, Brother Frank designs his stuff, markets his stuff. He does a lot of things, right? I'm not telling you that I look down on people that do that. That's not the issue. See, the issue is they're trying to throw that as an issue to get around the issue. That's the issue. We're not going to allow anything to get in the way of the issue. Not this time. We're not going for the old okie doke this time, Sidetta. We're not going for the alley-oop, Sidetta. You're not going to pass this shit. You understand? You want in? Get your ass in. Explain. How is it that you think this nigga mentality is okay? You don't call your children nigga. I know you, side nutter. You don't. But Sutek does. Sutek called his son nigga. So what are you saying? See, I'm dealing with a mentality. I'm dealing with some shit that I can trace back to the plantation like a fucking bloodhound. You understand? I know where it came from, and I know what I'm talking about, and I know what I see, and I know what Sutek is manifesting. And that shit is that nigga mentality, man, that I be talking about. It's that nigga mentality that got to go. See, absent that, and brother posted on the old video that I threw up that, oh, this is an old video, they ain't squash shit. Brother Larry has been talking about this same issue for some time now. This goes back to the conversation I had with Brother Seti, and Sutek took his position. You understand? You all have witnessed this. This is not the first video that has manifested itself that deals with this issue. You understand? For me, the issue never changes. I'm dealing with one issue. The way you see yourself inside your head when you looking at somebody else who looks just like you. Now, for Sutek, we know his inner vision is compromised. Clearly, he can't tell you one organization I've ever belonged to. He can't tell you one meeting I've ever attended. He can't tell you, in fact, look at how irrational this shit is. On the one hand, he tells you, I'm an agent, I'm a snitch, watch out. And on the other hand, he telling you, oh, we doing a fundraising, Larry, come on over. You see how ridiculous this shit is? It's not real, family. They're not real. And when you're not real, what tools do you fight with? Fake shit. See, when you're being real, all you do is tell the truth. I'm not making nothing up. I'm not saying no foul shit. I'm not saying no slanderous shit. Notice I'm not calling them names. You understand? Sutek is calling me nigga. I call him Jack. That's his name. And I say he's acting like an ass. Hence, jackass. Now, that's not calling him a name. That's describing his behavior. I don't think anyone who witnessed the video of him calling me nigga and looking into his eyes would disagree that he's acting like a jackass. And then just keep in mind, you juxtapose that with this person that he says he is in the community, with this resume that he says he has. And then you take that and you juxtapose that with this rabid dog barking nigga. And you tell me if this shit ain't psychological. And that's Brother Larry. Peace.